Black female executives are outnumbered in corporate America by white men. But what you may not know is that black women earn 62% of what their male counterparts who are white earn. And that's according to a study by the National Partnership for Women and Families. And that can certainly take a toll on one's mental health. We turn now to Shantera Chatman. She is the president of Powerhouse Consulting, and she has some advice about how to prioritize self-care and balance as a black female executive. Good morning, and thank you for starting your day with us.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
In an article, you wrote that instead of shaming black women for this, we need to ask the question, why are they not making their mental health a priority? So what's your advice on women prioritizing their mental health?
My advice is to do it. To absolutely do it, because burnout is real, and I've experienced it in firsthand. I understand what it feels like to feel ashamed and not know who to turn to, and I know what it feels like to actually just kind of sit in a corner, basically, or sit in my room and just want to cry. And so to be able to have an opportunity to have someone to talk to release, to recharge, is something that I feel like we all deserve. And for Black women, sometimes we feel like we don't have the time to do that. And so it's time for us to put ourselves first. It's okay to prioritize us.
And I think that's something we can all relate to. We wear so many different hats, right? In the workforce, we're mothers, we're wives, we're so many different things to so many people. So like you said, really just taking that time to put ourselves first sometimes. You also know what it's like being the first black woman in a corporate role in your 20 years of experience. So how do you practice being vulnerable and still effective as a black female executive in a predominantly white industry and earning about 62% of what they earn?
Oh, my goodness. I had to learn that because I jumped into corporate America right out of college, and being here in Texas sometimes is not as easy. Mm-hmm. And I had to learn that it was okay for me to be vulnerable, and I had to find my circle to be able to be vulnerable with, because you can't do that in front of everybody. And I had to find out that, that there really aren't a lot of people that look like me in those spaces in corporate America. So I had to find safe spaces for me to be vulnerable. And sometimes that was at home. And oftentimes I didn't have a lot of those places to look in the workplace. So I had to find those girlfriends, those ladies outside of the workplace. And so that's why I even, started to try to create safe spaces outside of those workplaces for other women to be able to do that.
I think that's such an amazing suggestion, because for many black women, there aren't those safe spaces in their professional world. So to find those, you've also been a big advocate for therapy. What's your perspective on if someone feels like they may need therapy?
I think that, if someone feels like they may need it, to look into it and try to find the right one. A lot of companies actually will pay. If you are in corporate America, they will pay for you to have a therapist. It's part of their, benefits package. And for a long time, I didn't take advantage of that when I was in corporate America. And since I'm now out and I have my own consulting firm and, do it on my own, I pay for it on my own, and it's okay. And so I just know the benefits of it now. I understand that it's worth it. I'm worth it to put the time in and put the effort into finding someone that I can trust and that I know I can go to and just kind of have that place to release, whether it's once a month, every 2 weeks, whatever the cadence is that I feel like I need, to be able to call on someone to be able to say, hey, I need to talk.
And that's a great suggestion. I think we saw after COVID, too, a lot of employers started, as you mentioned, offering therapy as an option or access. So a good reminder to have people check their benefits. But on a personal level, what's your form of self-care?
My form of self-care, I do have my therapist, but I have it. My husband bought me a massage chair, and that has been my saving grace, especially during COVID, not wanting to leave the house as much. And he didn't know a couple of years ago that was going to be my home away from home, or my home in my home. These two years that I've kind of been working in the house, that is my everyday. I put it on my calendar. It's a part of my schedule. My work time at around 3:30, I take time out and I go, and that's my time for me. And whether I am, it's time to go to a meeting. It's on the calendar just as a meeting for me to go and just sit in a massage chair, put on some jazz, and veg out for about 30-45 minutes.
I love that.
Everybody knows I'm going to turn off the phones, and that's my time.
Yeah, I'm with you on the massage chair. My husband got me one of those handheld massagers that are really good, so I'm all about that massage chair. I feel you on that one. Recently, as we talk about mental health a lot more, we've seen superstars like Naomi Osaka and Simone Biles publicly step away from the spotlight to focus on their mental health. So what are signs that women should consider taking that time? What are the red flags that we all need to be aware of?
I would say for me, it's always been when I can't focus anymore. When I am sitting and I'm trying to read something and I find myself continuously reading the same sentence or the same passage over and over, I have a hard time focusing, or I can't sleep. I know that means I'm getting really stressed. And my husband tends to tell me when I'm just very short, I can't, everything just kind of sets me off. He will say, you may need to go calm down a little bit. You seem to be just on edge. So I think people around us tend to tell us as well. It may not be that we see it, but our loved ones can tell us as well.
Yeah, those are warning signs I think we can all identify with. You're offering a really special retreat for women so they can learn some of these tools to be more effective and take better care of themselves. Tell us a little bit about the retreat. We've got about 30 seconds.
So the Her Way Retreat is for Black female executives who are going to get professional development, but they're also going to have an opportunity to refresh. They're going to have an opportunity to recharge and have that self-care time. It's really time for them to take time out for them. Yes, we're going to talk business, but we're also going to talk about them. And when they walk away, they're going to walk away with not just things to go back into the office, but also they're going to be able to look at themselves in the mirror and say, I deserve this time. I'm going to give them an opportunity to look at them and look at themselves from the outside in and say, I can breathe. I can now go into this new week feeling a little bit different. And so that's what I'm hoping to achieve with the Her Way Retreat.
I love it. A holistic way to be the best version of ourselves, both professionally and personally. Shantera Chatman, thank you so much for starting your day with us.